Are you wondering what it's like to actually work in a practice? Well, I've spent 30 years as a vet in practice, and I'm very happy to share some of my tips and tricks that can make your transition into working in a veterinary practice that much more easy. For the best veterinary tips, please subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell, and then you will get notified whenever we create a new video. Hello, I'm Anthony Chadwick. I'm a veterinary surgeon qualified over 30 years ago, and I've spent most of my career in practice, in small animal practice, and also doing referrals in dermatology. So I had my own practice in Liverpool and then travelled around in the north of England doing dermatology referrals for other vets. I also now run a training company to help vets keep up to date with new developments. And I think when you're going into practice for the first time, first impressions really count. So it's really important that you give a good first impression to those people who you'll be working with. Listen to what people say, be respectful of people, be empathetic of your team. And I think then that way you will fit in very well into the practice and have a successful career in that practice. I think it's really important that when you have clients coming into the consulting room that you do again listen. Listening is such an important skill for being a vet. It helps you to find the answers that you need to find from clients. I think it shows that you're respecting their knowledge of their pet as well, and will help you in coming to a diagnosis. We weren't taught soft skills, as we call them now, at vet school, but actually these soft skills are very important because people expect that a pilot will be able to fly a plane well. They expect that a vet will be able to do veterinary things well. What they want is to see that there's a caring side as well. So when you're with clients, do make a real effort to bond with them as well as their pet. Sometimes it's easier with the pet than with the client, but both are really important. And make sure that you know the name of the pet, that you can make a fuss of the pet when it comes in, because when they see that you care, that is the most important thing. They don't mind how much you know, but they want to know how much you care. So caring is such an important part of our profession. So be a caring individual when you're in the consulting room. One of the joys of working in veterinary practice is obviously that you get to work with a team of similarly committed individuals who of course care about animals. And that can be great fun. I think do be prepared to learn from your colleagues, particularly if they're more senior. I think developing that collegiate atmosphere in a practice is really important. Hopefully the practice has well-stated values that you can work around, and then really rely on your team, your colleagues to help you, because we know that together everybody achieves more in a team. So do be prepared to work hard within the team. Of course, at times it can be a stressful environment and people might get cross with each other. So forgive easily and move on, and then it can be a really great atmosphere to work in. If you find that you're working in an environment that's really not very friendly, then of course you need to either hopefully be able to change it, or you look for something else, because it's not right to work in an environment that is unfriendly or uncivil. Nobody should be expected to do that. So hopefully that won't happen, but that's obviously something if you are unlucky enough to find a practice like that. I certainly had one of those early on in my career with a vet who wasn't very friendly and wasn't backing me up with some of the decisions I was making. So do find a practice that's supportive as well. When you first start to work in a veterinary practice, be it as a vet or a nurse or whatever position you are in the practice, I think it's really important to recognise that as a newly graduated vet or a nurse, you have a lot to learn. And the best way to learn is to put the long hours in. It's, I think it's just something that is universally true. The more you put in, the more that you get out. So I think being prepared to stay behind, see new stuff, get involved with new stuff is really important. That is the way that you will grow. And I think remembering that our job is a vocational job, that means that sometimes as a professional, we miss out on things. You know, a dog comes in with a pad bleeding, it's 6 o'clock, we've got a concert to go to at 7:30. The decision should be an easy one, that we choose for the dog, not for the concert. That's part of being a professional. That's part of it being a vocation. And if you're not vocational, then it will probably be a job that will be difficult for you to do over a long time. So have a real love for the job and be prepared to put in those long hours. And it is one of, if not the best job in the world. With the best will in the world, we still make mistakes in practice, things go wrong. And I think it's so important when something does go wrong that we're really honest about it and admit to it. Trying to hide it will get you in a lot of trouble and is much more likely to get you struck off as a vet or a nurse than if you just admit to things at the start. You know, in fact, if we make a mistake, but we're honest about it, we're probably, you know, we won't get struck off for that. So I think honesty is really important, and be radically transparent with people. But if this is happening often, this is probably due to poor communication. So we'll go back to communication again, listen and speak and get things signed. You know, if you're going to put an animal through a risky procedure, you need to get a signature of consent. And these things, if you're not running your practice well, can not happen, and then you end up carrying the can. So make sure consent forms get signed. Things are explained well to clients before we start on a procedure. And of course, we discuss pricing, which is often the cause of one of the problems. Finally, as I've said, this is one of the best jobs in the world. So really enjoy it. Do enjoy all the work. It's been a great career for me. But just remember, those soft skills are so important to make you popular with the team and also with the clients who bring those beautiful animals in to see us. And I'm sure you'll have a stellar career. Are you a member of the veterinary profession? Maybe leave some comments that you think can help young people coming into the profession settle in quicker. Of course, if you are a member of the veterinary profession and you'd like to continue with your learning, then please do go to the webinarvet.com, where you can see all of our webinars, and consider joining as a member so that you get well over 1,500 hours worth of webinars that you can peruse at your leisure, helping you to become a more confident vet. If you're a student or even a veterinary surgeon, you may want to look also at our Wikivet resource, which is a great encyclopedia for knowledge about the veterinary profession as well. Do check out our other videos on the channel, and of course, if you like them, do press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and of course tell your friends about them as well. Take care, bye-bye.